In the latest twist of Barcelona's injury saga, the Catalan club will be without one of their key defenders, Inigo Martinez, for the next few weeks. The injury, sustained during their high-intensity encounter with Real Madrid, has left the club facing a defensive crisis ahead of their first La Liga match of 2025. However, there's a silver lining for Barcelona and coach Xavi Hernandez as they prepare to take on Getafe this Saturday. Andreas Christensen, who has been absent since August, is finally back in the squad. Inigo Martinez's injury, a major setback for Barcelona. The news of Inigo Martinez's injury comes as a blow to Barcelona's already thin defensive options. The Spanish international picked up the injury in the intense 2-1 loss to Real Madrid, leaving Xavi with fewer choices in a crucial area of the pitch. Martinez had been a reliable presence in Barcelona's defense since his arrival from Athletic Bilbao, but now, with a spell on the sidelines, his absence will be felt, particularly as the team faces a series of challenging fixtures in La Liga. The specific details of Martinez's injury have not been fully disclosed, but reports suggest it is serious enough to keep him out for several weeks. The defender will undoubtedly miss Barcelona's upcoming La Liga games, including the all-important clash with Getafe on Saturday, and possibly several more matches depending on how his recovery progresses. This injury comes at a time when Barcelona cannot afford to lose key players, as they look to maintain their strong position in the league. With Martinez unavailable, Barcelona's defensive depth will be tested, and it's unclear how coach Xavi will line up his defense for the upcoming fixtures. His options are already limited, and Martinez's absence further exacerbates the situation. Despite this setback, the Catalan club is determined to bounce back from the blow, and there is some good news on the horizon that could provide a glimmer of hope for Barcelona fans. Andreas Christensen's long-awaited return. On a more positive note, Andreas Christensen is finally back in the fold after a lengthy absence that has stretched since August. The Danish central defender has been sidelined for months due to 2 surgeries on his Achilles tendon, leaving Barcelona with a significant hole in their defensive lineup. During his absence, there were frequent rumors and speculations surrounding his future at the club, with reports linking him to potential moves elsewhere. However, all that talk can now be put to rest as Christensen has been confirmed as part of Barcelona's matchday squad for the trip to the Coliseum Alfonso Pérez to face Getafe. Christensen's return is a welcome relief for Xavi, who has had to rely on a patched-up defensive unit in recent weeks. Despite his injury struggles, Christensen is considered one of the most reliable defenders in Barcelona's squad, and his return could significantly strengthen the team's backline as they continue their battle at the top of the La Liga standings. The Danish international has always been seen as a key figure for Barcelona since his arrival from Chelsea in 2022. His ability to read the game, his composure under pressure, and his leadership qualities have made him a crucial part of Xavi's defensive setup. Although Barcelona's defense has had its ups and downs during Christensen's absence, the team will now have the luxury of calling upon the 27-year-old's experience and expertise. What to expect from Christensen against Getafe? While Christensen's return is a huge boost for Barcelona, it's unlikely that he will start against Getafe in their upcoming match. After being sidelined for so long, Xavi will likely ease Christensen back into action, and he may not feature in the starting lineup. However, given the nature of modern football and the high demands of the game, there's always a chance that Christensen could make an appearance off the bench, depending on the situation during the match. It's important to note that Barcelona faces a tricky challenge against Getafe, who are known for their hard-nosed, physical style of play. Xavi will need all his available resources to secure a positive result, and even though Christensen may not be ready for a full 90-minute stint, his presence in the squad provides additional flexibility for the coach. The fact that Christensen is back in the mix means that Xavi will have another option at his disposal, whether as a starter or as a substitute, to help shore up the defense. Barcelona's back line has shown some vulnerabilities this season, and Christensen's return could provide the stability needed to build on their recent successes in La Liga. The bigger picture: Barcelona's defensive woes and the path forward. While Christensen's return is certainly a reason for optimism, the situation at Barcelona's defense remains fragile. With Martinez sidelined and other players like Eric Garcia and Jordi Alba sometimes struggling to reach their top form, Xavi has had to experiment with different combinations in defense. This has led to some inconsistencies, particularly in high-stakes games such as the recent El Clasico. Barcelona's defensive fragility was exposed in their defeat to Real Madrid, and it will be crucial for Xavi to find a solid defensive pairing going forward. With Christensen now available, he could potentially partner with either Jules Koundé or Ronald Araujo, both of whom have been excellent at times this season but have also had their share of mistakes. The question for Barcelona fans is whether Christensen will be able to regain his previous form and provide the kind of stability that the team has been missing. His return is undoubtedly a positive step, but it remains to be seen how quickly he can adapt after months of rehabilitation and limited playing time. In the longer term, Barcelona will need to ensure that they manage their defenders' fitness carefully. Injuries, particularly those affecting key players like Martinez and Christensen, can have a major impact on a team's title aspirations. As Barcelona enters the second half of the 2024-2025 La Liga season, maintaining a healthy and stable defense will be one of Xavi's top priorities. The road ahead for Barcelona. Looking ahead, Barcelona will face a series of important fixtures, including matches in both La Liga and the Champions League. Their ability to secure consistent results will depend heavily on their defensive organization, and Christensen's return could not have come at a better time. While he may not be ready for a starting role just yet, the fact that he's back in the squad will allow Xavi to rotate his players more effectively and provide a level of depth that was sorely lacking in recent months. In the immediate future, Barcelona will look to bounce back from their loss to Real Madrid by securing a much-needed victory over Getafe. The match represents an opportunity for Barcelona to get their 2025 La Liga campaign off to a strong start, but the team will need to be defensively solid to ensure they come away with all 3 points. As for Christensen, his return to the squad is a pivotal moment in what has been a turbulent season for Barcelona. With Martinez out and other defenders facing ongoing challenges, Christensen's role in the coming weeks will be crucial. Whether he starts or comes off the bench, his presence in the squad provides hope for a defense that has struggled at times. Barcelona's injury woes continue to plague them, but the return of Andreas Christensen offers a ray of hope. While Inigo Martinez will be sidelined for several weeks, the Danish defender's return to full fitness means that Xavi has another crucial option at his disposal. Although Christensen is unlikely to start against Getafe, his return marks the beginning of a much-needed boost to Barcelona's defense. As they aim to stay competitive at the top of La Liga, the Blaugranas will hope that Christensen's experience and composure can help them overcome their defensive struggles and push forward into a successful 2025 campaign.